You and the succubus CIO have been a nominal contract couple for 3 years. On the day you proposed divorce, you agreed indifferently, but suddenly a barrage of comments flashed over your head. You sick bastard, the chains and toys in the basement are all customized according to the size of the female supporting role. Why are you pretending to be a gentleman here? Female supporting role you signed in the last second, and when you wake up in the next second, you will have to distance yourself from the annoying male second. Oh, the imprisonment play is finally coming, and it feels so good to be so hateful. The succubus seems to have barbs. The female supporting role has done so many bad things, and it is her due to the pupil being out of focus. Hey, female supporting role, you are confused. In the past few years, if you have shown a little bit of good face to the male second, this love-crazy guy will immediately kneel down and lick you and be your eldest dog, and he won't be twisted into what he is now because of love and hate. Your hand trembled as you signed, and you looked at the expressionless man in front of you. Well, let's not divorce for now. What? Song Hua Inan raised his thin eyelids, and his tone was indifferent. The look of indifference made you wonder if the comments just now were a result. You took a deep breath, put down the pen you were signing, and tried your best to explain. I suddenly don't want to get a divorce. A day of marriage is 100 days of grace. After 3 years together, we are used to each other's existence. In fact, I can't live without you. At the end of the words, the man's expression gradually became confused, and you lost your confidence, and your voice became smaller and smaller. Your marriage with Song Hua In was an accident. 5 years ago, after a penniless intern Su Ting came to the company, your smooth life became a mess. The childhood sweetheart, who once promised to take care of you for a lifetime, fell in love with someone else and broke off the engagement in public, making you lose face. Even your parents, who have always spoiled you, stood on Su Ting's side for the first time. You were extremely crazy, and in order to prove that you were not unwanted, you married Song Hua In, the rumored succubus president who is ruthless and avoided by everyone. 3 years after marriage, you had trouble with Su Ting everywhere, but you were defeated everywhere. Every time, you were either discovered and interrupted by Song Hua in advance, or you accidentally shot yourself in the foot. Until recently, your deeds of framing Su Ting were exposed, and you were completely ruined. Many friends took the initiative to cut off contact. You know that Song Hua has always hated your vicious behavior and partiality to Su Ting. You thought that instead of waiting for him to take advantage of you, like those people, it would be better for you to dump him and look cool. When you sent a message to divorce, Song Hua was in a very important meeting, but he almost immediately called back. The man's voice came through the microphone, and you laughed badly last time. The bathroom door was not closed tightly, and I accidentally saw your exposed tail. It was slippery and disgusting. So now when you say that you can't live without him, let alone Song Hua you don't believe it. Are you sure you don't want to divorce instead of waiting for the sneer you imagined? The man's low voice pulled you back to your thoughts. I don't want to divorce for the time being. You observed Song Hua expression and didn't see any joy on his face. It's up to you. After a few seconds, the man picked up the half-signed divorce agreement on the table and put it into the shredder. The barrage popped up again. Evil female supporting role, what's going on? Why does she seem to have a brain all of a sudden? Has Chen Lily finally come to her senses and is ready to cling to the male second? Unfortunately, it's a lit late now, and the male second's hatred has already grown and spread. Who said it's late? This time is really good. Didn't you see the corners of the male second's lips flying up in pleasure when he threw the divorce agreement? And this shredder is really funny. How afraid are men that the female supporting role will regret it the next second? The female supporting role keeps up. Don't stop and increase the intensity. The male second is a Y-ender succubus with no morals, and you are a villain. You two are a natural match. You can't beat the female lead Su Ting, even if you take him down. You spent an afternoon sorting it out and finally figured it out. It turns out that the world you live in is a sweet pet novel. Su Ting is the female lead, and you are the evil female supporting role who has done all kinds of bad things and was imprisoned to death by the male second. No wonder, no matter who gets close to Su Ting, they will be attracted to her, as if the whole world revolves around her. You received too much information today. After taking a shower at night, you turned on your phone to relax your mind, but you saw an overwhelming amount of bad reviews. Almost all of your social media apps have been flooded with comments, and netizens are all speaking up for the heroine Su Ting. Your childhood sweetheart Shen Fei sent you a WeChat message, Chen Lily. Don't know. You just want to use this dirty trick to force me to leave Ing and be with you. You went through so much trouble just to see me, didn't you? Okay, you succeeded. Friday afternoon, the same place. You didn't reply, but blocked the person and turned off the phone screen. The comments were surging. I'm not whitewash it, but in fact, the viciousness of the female supporting role is not without reason. The proud and self-conceited little princess of a wealthy family, her parents, lover and friends are all obsessed with her overnight. Generally, they ignore her and care about another girl. I would go crazy if it were me. The female supporting role is beautiful and rich. Why does she lose to the female lead in every way? This naive person who can't even tell the difference between Word and WPS, the hookup novel, is really illogical. If I were the author, I would slap the female lead, the male lead, and lock the vicious female supporting role and the sickly male lead to death. They're not allowed to leave the basement. How is it not so good? After calming down, you are ready to go to bed. Just as you take off your underwear, the bedroom door is suddenly opened. Songhui and Anne's eyes fell on a certain place from top to bottom, and you quickly grabbed the bathrobe and put it on. Sorry, you didn't lock the door. Songhui and looked at you with a burning gaze, his Adam's apple sliding up and down and the black scales on his body looming. When a succubus is aroused, it will involuntarily reveal its true form. The word "get out" was on the tip of your tongue, and you saw the barrage. I can guess that the supporting actress must have a condescending expression and said, "Get out." You are a beautiful woman, but you are seeking death. The love of the second male lead was worn away bit by bit like this. Chen Lily, be gentle to your husband. If you slap your husband in the face now, you will suffer a lot in the basement in the future. It hurts a lot to have cracked corners of your lips. Reminded by the barrage, you changed your tone and smiled at Songhua and Anne. It's okay. Songhua and Anne was about to leave the room, but stopped. His eyes were very gloomy, waiting for your next words. It's all because the comments just now kept calling me husband, and I was misled. I was so anxious. He said it quickly, and with one word husband, he would give you his life, and the heroine is nothing. Can you please stop saying that the second male lead is so worthless? After 3 years of cold violence, the second male lead must hate the female lead more than he loves her. Besides, have you forgotten that the second male lead imprisoned her to death in order to protect the heroine? The comments split into two groups and started arguing. You raised your eyebrows and also wanted to verify the authenticity of the news. Following the scene just now, you tempted Songhua and Anne. Do I have a good figure? Average. The man lowered his eyes lightly, and it was impossible to tell his expression. You are such a pretentious man. You will never get a wife if you are just being tough. No wonder the female supporting role has been married to you for so many years and still likes the male lead. You deserve it. Did I ride too hard? Why does the female supporting role seem to not dislike the male lead today? The CP fans of our evil couple have suddenly become good. You took a step forward and teased. You haven't even seen it. How do you know? No need to see it. Song Hue-in replied coldly, but his fingertips curled up involuntarily, and the joints showed a light pink, and the seams of his pants were almost torn. Why didn't I realize that this man was quite cute when he was shy before? You noticed that Song Hue-in Anne's collar was messy and reached out to help him fix it. Don't touch it. The lowing cold stop rang above your head, very fierce. You were stunned, thinking of the barrage that just started the quarrel. Yes, you have never given Song Hue-in a good face in the past 3 years, but Su Ting is like a little son, always encouraging him to get out of the shadows. It is normal for Song Hue-in to hate you. You laughed at yourself and retracted your arm in the air. Remember to close the door when you go out. I'm going to sleep. The man closed the door but did not leave. Instead, he walked closer to you step by step. His hot breathing became more and more obvious, and his eyes were frighteningly red because of his forbearance. You finally realized that something was wrong. Song Hua and Anne, what's wrong with you? Do you have a fever? The barrage was more accurately said to be cocathus. He is not the second male lead. Don't love him too much. The female supporting role is just chatting when she is bored, and you are so happy that you have advanced your estrus period. Estrus period, you murmured to yourself. After 3 years of marriage, how come you never knew that Song Hua in and had an estrus period? Barrage, the female supporting role, is also stupid. She actually thought that the male second was pure and had no desires. Quasi is a succubus. Besides, you have such a good figure and your appearance is the best in the whole book. He just doesn't want to force you. In the past, during the estrus period, Song Hua in Anne would steal a piece of your underwear and hide away in advance so that you wouldn't see it. The people above reminded me that those clothes are also pitiful. They are almost worn out by the talented male second. You stared blankly at the scrolling barrage, as if you were looking at a mosaic screen. Did he not let you touch him just now because he was in estrus? Song Hua in buried himself in your neck and rubbed against you. His cold white skin flushed and turned green, weakening the sense of alienation that usually kept people away. Before so focused on dealing with Su Ting and try to win back your childhood sweetheart Shang Hua at Song Hua and Anne straight in the eye. You didn't know that this man was so handsome and his facial features warm or delicate than those of the stars on TV. There are medicine and syringes in the studied drawer. Go get them. Song Hua and Anne's voice was intermittent, and he was at a loss to cover up the patterns and scales on his body. You looked at the man who had endured to the extreme, his lips bitten and bleeding, and his clothes soaked with sweat, sticking to his body, outlining the lines of abdominal muscles that made people's blood boil, and suddenly changed your mind. After 3 years of staying alone in an empty room, although your addiction is not as strong as that of a succubus, you are at least a normal person. Although the first clause of the marriage contract was written by you, no talk of feelings, only money, and it is strictly forbidden to take advantage of others. But you are a vicious female partner with low morals. What credibility do you have? After thinking it through, you gently patted the man's face and whispered, Song Hua and Anne, remember to be gentle. Don't touch me, it's dirty. Song Hua and Anne trembled all over because of your touch, but he still held on to the last bottom line. But I want it. You took off your bathrobe, wiped the blood on your lips with your fingertips, and kissed him on tiptoe. Faraj, what's going on? The female supporting role actually went up. This is a slap in the face. So ancient. I am helpless. Sister, do you still need a dog? Love is mixed with hatred? Shit, love is born out of hatred. Taste first. Excited heart, trembling hands. Are we evil couples finally going to hate each other? The moment your lips and teeth touched, Song Hua in and immediately turned the tables. His broad and warm palms imprisoned the back of your head. The air in your lungs was forcibly plundered, and your legs couldn't help but weaken. I don't know when a thick black rope was wrapped around your waist. It was too tight and you felt a little painful. You couldn't help but groan and try to pull it aside. Sorry, don't look. Song Hua and Anne woke up as if from a dream. His pupils suddenly shrank, and he tried desperately to hide his tail that was exposed due to his emotions. Before you could react, the man had already rushed out of the door in a panic. Soon, the sound of rummaging drawers came from the study next door, and the air was filled with an indescribable smell of medicine. You hold on to the wardrobe, trying to get some fresh air while watching the scrolling comments. Song Hua and Ian, you coward, come back here. I've taken off my pants. Why are you running away? Enough? Am I the only one who feels sorry for the male second? Because of his identity as a succubus, he has been bullied and humiliated since childhood. He happily married Bai Guang home, but Bai Guang also thinks he's disgusting. How can he not feel inferior? You are worthy, my little ancestor. Do you have to dislike the male second's body at this time? He is really about to break. It's not that I am wronged. I really just want him to stop clinging so tightly. When I woke up the next day, there was no trace of Song Hua and Anne. You ate a sandwich for breakfast, took a deep breath for 3 seconds, and opened your phone. You unexpectedly found that all the bad reviews seemed to have evaporated overnight, and the media that scolded you the most, even the official accounts, were blocked. One of the few media friends who still have contact with you sent a photo of your parents going to their company with a caption, "All solved." You smiled, knowing that your parents would not really ignore you. After all the big and small messes before were eventually settled by them. Barrage, I give up. Every time the second male lead silently helps the female lead, he always hands over the credit to the cheap couple. Song Hui and Anne, the first CIO in the world to wash underwear with a cold face. When his wife is in a good mood, he happily serves his wife, and when his wife is not in a good mood, he serves her cold. It's a pity that the female supporting role doesn't understand anything. She was so disgusted last night. Although she escaped the divorce, I guess she can't escape the fate of being forced in the end. You moved your eyes from the barrage to the phone screen in shock, staring at the photo of your parents, and looked at it carefully for 10 minutes. You really found traces of PS. You open WeChat and pull out Songkua and Anne from the bottom. Are you free today? I have something to tell you. The other party replied immediately. I sent it to the wrong person. No, husband. The other party replied very slowly this time. I'm sorry for letting you see those disgusting pictures about what happened last night. I'm very busy today. If you want a divorce, please contact a lawyer first. No, you quickly retorted, not a divorce. Sang Hui and Anne. Okay, see you in the afternoon. Barrage, I'm laughing to death. No time for divorce, no divorce. See you in the afternoon. The female supporting role once again avoided the small black room play. Why do I feel like he seems to have realized something and is saving himself? Why do I always feel that something bad is going to happen at this plot point, but I can't remember it? In the afternoon, you dressed up specially and arrived at the coffee shop near Song Hui and Anne's company half an hour early. You ordered a dessert and ate it slowly with your head down. The sound of someone sitting down came from the other side, and you smiled happily. Husband, try it. The moment you looked up, you found that the person on the other side was not Song Hui and Anne. Shen Fei stared at your sexy reed tube top dress and delicate makeup and chuckled. Shen Lily, you like me so much that you can even call me husband. You were too lazy to talk nonsense and stood up to leave, but Shen Fei grabbed your wrist. Let go, my husband is nearby. Don't pretend. If it wasn't to piss me off, you would not marry Song Hui and Anne, that half-human, half-ghost bastard. Don't think, I don't know, but you haven't let him touch you in the past 3 years. Shen Fei's eyes fell on your bright red lips. His eyes became dark, and his tone was frivolous. One kiss, is it enough, so that you can let go of 18 for the time being? You looked at the man in front of you and felt strange. When did the rebellious neighbor brother in your memory become like this? It seems that everyone who comes into contact with Su Ting will eventually become someone you don't recognize. Shen Fei inched your chin and slowly leaned down. Lily, did you dress up so beautifully just to see your brother? Huh? When you struggled, you saw Song Hui Man standing outside through the glass window. Barrage, don't get your hopes up, supporting actress. Song Hui in Anne has been standing there since you called Sheng Fei your husband. The succubus has all 5 senses, and he heard everything you said. It's not as exciting as Field, but I love watching it. Awesome. Every time I thought that Chen Lily could finally survive, he always finds the 361st way to die. You pushed Shen Fei away with all your strength, rushed out of the coffee shop, and grabbed his sleeves a second before Song Hui in and left. The man's pupils were as black as ink, and you couldn't see the bottom at a glance. Is this what you want to tell me? No, I don't know why Shen Fei is here. Halfway through, you remembered the message he sent before blocking Sheng Fei. Today is Friday, but you didn't agree to see him at all. In order to save yourself, you have tried your best to avoid the male and female protagonists. Is the power of the plot so strong? Just now, Shen Hong insisted on kissing me. I didn't agree, so I pushed him away. Song Hui and Anne's facial features are mostly sharp, and when he's not smiling, he is as sharp as a sword. Cup weighs his height of nearly 9 meters. He's so fierce that it makes people scouts now. Your originally clear speech has become a little stumbling. I asked you out this afternoon to tell you that I volunteered last night. That was my first kiss. I can't breathe and push you away because you're too tight and I can't breathe, not because I dislike you. After saying it in one breath, he mustered up the courage to look up and meet Song, who had Anne's gaze. His almost completely black eyes slowly returned to their normal color. Courage, great, it's a straight ball, we are safe. Is what the female supporting role said true or false? Or is she deliberately trying to make the male lead jealous? Are you upstairs here to make fun of me? Does he deserve to be the male lead who attacks me with electricity? The author thought he created a charming sea king, but in fact he is just a greasy and wretched man who is just locked with a woman. If the female supporting role is not blind, she will definitely choose the male second, although he was a little blind in the first 3 years. Shen Lily. Shen Fei also walked out of the coffee shop and looked at you and Song Hua and Anne standing side by side. You are in your 20s. Why are you still using such childish tricks? Do you think I will be jealous? You slide your sleeves, insert your fingers into Song Hua and Anne's fingers, and interlock your fingers with his, Shen Fei. I don't like you anymore. I'm married and have a husband. Please don't harass me again in the future. What if I say that I broke up with Su Ting and I'm single now? Shen Fei looked at you nonchalantly, looking fearless. You wanted to take a step forward, but you felt a resistance. You found Song Hua and Anne standing there, holding your hand tightly. His fingertips trembled slightly. He was uneasy. I don't care if you two break up. You said impatiently, don't say you're single. Even if you like men, it has nothing to do with me. Get out of my way. Get out of the way. When you were young and in love, you did have feelings for your childhood sweetheart Shang Fei, but later he stood on Su Ting's side and took advantage of you again and again, watching from the sidelines. The little love you had was gone, leaving only annoyance. Chen Puhai saw his face. You looked at your phone and saw dozens of missed calls. The candlelight dinner you had originally scheduled was already half an hour late, so it was probably ruined. Sang Hua and Anne, let's go home. Okay. Sang Hua and Anne's limited edition Rolls-Royce was parked across the street. You didn't look back at Shen Fei until you got on the passenger seat. The supporting actress is so beautiful. I love her so much. Now I really believe that Chen Lily really doesn't like the male lead. The setting of the peak male lead is disgusting. On the one hand, he breaks up and gets back together with the female lead, and on the other hand, he is greedy for the peerless beauty of the supporting actress and touches her. Our sister Li's princess temper will not tolerate him. After returning home, you sincerely apologized to the restaurant owner and doubled the deposit. Song Hua in and inspected the whole place and asked, "Where's the aunt?" You said awkwardly. "We had booked a restaurant for the evening and asked her to go back early, but I didn't expect the restaurant to be overtime." "It doesn't matter." He smiled and opened the app. "Let's order takeout." "What do you want to eat?" Song Hua in takeout is not healthy. "I can make whatever you want." "Okay, then sweetens our fish." Sang Hua and paused. You thought you had over-reported the dishes and were about to change to a simple tomato scrambled eggs. The man nodded, a little late. "Okay, there's fish in the refrigerator. You can watch TV for a while. I'll be ready soon." Sang Hua in and helped you turn on your favorite variety show channel and turned into the kitchen. During the commercial break, you were free anyway, so you strolled to the kitchen door. Through the crack in the door, you saw Song Hua and put his right hand, which you had held, to his lips and kissed it devoutly. And then he began to wash his hands and prepare the ingredients. Barrage, I'm not afraid of Y-Anders being perverts. I'm afraid of Y-Anders doing pure love. Our male second and female supporting roles are two poor little things. Don't they really deserve a good ending? Author, I want to send you a knife. Suddenly, I don't want to watch the villain couple forcing hatred. I feel that if they can live a good life like this, it would be nice to have more sex. There's nothing I can do. The heroine's halo is there. The male second is bound to turn against Su Ting. The plot is like this, can't be disobeyed. This is not the first time that similar remarks have appeared. Your heart sank, and you can't watch the show anymore. Fortunately, Song Hua and Anne Sweetens Our Fish was ready by then. You took a few big bites excitedly and looked at the man sitting beside you. Last time, Su Ting and I fell into the sea together and had a fever of 40 degrees. The sweet and sour fish that the aunt brought was actually made by you, right? No? Song Hua and reminded, don't talk while eating. Unfortunately, the word obedient does not exist in your dictionary. He asked, did you ask someone to delete the bad reviews? Some people say that I'm your white moonlight. When did you start to like me? Did we know each other before? Lily, this is the first time Song Hua in and called your name. You pouted? Okay, if you say it's not, then it's not. I'm full. I'm going to call Shenfei and ask if he's home. You left the table and pretended to pick up the phone to dial. Suddenly, there was a sound of a blade falling on the floor. You turned around and Song Hua Inan was pinching the bloody fingertips, looking away, and his thick eyelashes trembled. It's okay. Don't worry about me. You put down your phone and took out a medicine box. You took out the band-aid and gauze and sat back in front of Song Hua and Anne. It's bleeding. How can it be okay? Does it hurt? Stretch out your hand. Comment. Okay. I finally know why some men can't see the green tea. That little look is enough for me to study for a lifetime. Female partner don't always use this kind of thing to tease the male second. He is not normal and can't help being teased. If you push me too hard, I'll warn you in the small black room. Brother Song Huinan, please start at class. I'll learn on my knees. Okay. You tied a playful bow on the gauze. Thank you. Elegant reply, gradually getting hotter and heavier breathing. But this time, Song Huinan obviously has experience. I'll go to the study. Wait. You pushed him back to the stool. I saw on the internet that taking too much of that medicine is bad for the body and it's easy to become unfit. This is the first time Song Huinan explained so quickly. There are some side effects, but not what they said. As the skin touched, the pattern on the man's body reappeared. He pulled the coat and wanted to put it on, but you stopped him. You turned over and sat on the man's legs, stroking the faintly visible succubus mark on his collarbone. It looks good. You admired from the bottom of your heart. Lily, do you know what you are doing? Get off. Song Huinan almost gritted his teeth and uttered every word. No, you moved your waist back and forth, put on a seductive expression, and said, Cocathus lie, husband, we are a legal couple. You can do anything you want to me. Song Huinan's tail wrapped around your body, and the hot air sprayed on your ears. Chen Lily, don't do this. You will regret it. No, I said I do. Barrage? Song Huinan said don't do this, but his tail was very honest. You didn't give the female supporting role a chance to escape. Brother, female supporting role, you are, my God. Kigahona, man BA's lover needs love like a burglary. As long as you don't die, you will die. Do it to me. The lips were heavily blah. Song Huinan picked you up by the waist and put you on the bed in the bedroom. He grabbed your restless hands and raised them above your head. The scene in front of you became blurred little by little. The man gently kissed away the tears in the corners of your eyes and whispered self-blaming lie. I'm sorry, I still made you dirty. You pushed the chest of the person in front of you weakly and passively endured it again and again. Song Huinan, stop, it's so hot. There, no. Lily, be good. Call me a few more times. It will be fine soon. You said softly and obediently, Song Huinan, husband, Huinan, brother. So good, liar, big liar, how can it be fast? This is the barrage 3 hours later. I have already subscribed to the crappy novel, What Can't I See as a Distinguished Member? Meow, the crazy husband and wife next door to Orchard Life and Death. I was not moved at all and even wanted to laugh. The evil couple kissed and made me cry sweetly. Who knows, the sense of substitution is dead. Song Huinan's inferiority complex made him feel that doing this defiled by Yu Guang, and he felt full of guilt, but his physical desire made him unable to stop himself, and he could only sing soberly. After opening the meat, the second male can't do without the female supporting role. Scorpio plus succubus plus Y and her buffs are stacked up. I can't believe how strong Song Huinan's exclusive desire for Chen Lily will be. Song Huinan's estrous spirit lasted after a whole. You couldn't stand it anymore in the last few days. Why don't you use some medicine? Song Huinan's sticky eyes seemed to want to stare a hole in you, and his cold voice was inexplicably aggrieved. Lily, you still can't accept it, right? You rubbed your waist, looked at Song Huinan's handsome face that was so handsome that it made people and gods angry, and remembered the bad words you said before, and you lost your temper instantly. People always have to pay for the mistakes they made when they were young. You resignedly picked up the bathrobe. I'll take a shower first. Song Huinan followed sticky lie. Okay, let's go together. These days that were not imprisonment, but worse than imprisonment, finally ushered in a turning point on the day of bleeding. Songhua in Anne was going to attend a business dinner in H City, and you, as his wife, also received an invitation. You never looked down on such a grand occasion of drinking and singing hymns, but when you saw that those people in the business circle privately disliked your viciousness and hoped that you would not show up, you wanted to go again. Since they don't like you, then they will like you. After you changed into your dress, the long-lost comments popped up. Female supporting role, be careful. The female lead is also at this banquet. This plot is supposed to be the rising period of the relationship between the female lead and the male second. I really don't understand why Lily has more and more fans, and even so many people want to save her. The bad things she did are not fake. Because we are all social animals working, we can't substitute this kind of Mary Sue plot that the whole world loves the useless female lead and doesn't care about the life and death of the supporting role. Besides, the female lead's crazy wife is not a good thing. If you regret it, I will stay at home with you. Song Luan and hugged you from behind, and the handsome man and beautiful woman in the mirror matched each other to death. I'm fine. I'm Dick's kind. Let's go. You prepared yourself in advance to meet acquaintances at the dinner, but you didn't expect that the first person you saw was your parents. Su Ting, who always wore no makeup, changed into a dress and high heels this time, but she looked timid and didn't fit in with the surrounding. She kindly arranged her bangs. After seeing you, Su Ting hugged Mommy's arm directly. Mom, look, Sister Lily is here too. You suspected that you heard wrongly. What did you call my mom? Yes, Lily, you don't know yet. I have recognized Aunt as my godmother. Before, there were some misunderstandings and unpleasantness between us, but it doesn't matter. We will be a family in the future. Daddy was relieved. Su Ting is still a magnanimous child who knows his relatives, unlike Lily, who has been with her grandparents since she was a child and has a rebellious personality. She can never be close to us. Sister Lily, this is the engagement invitation of Xiaofei and me. After thinking about it, it's better to hand it to you in person. Who is your sister? You took the invitation and threw it into the trash can. Shen Lily, that's too much. Daddy sneered at you. Apologized to Ting Ting. That's not even close. You sneered. I remember when Su Ting and Shenfei were together, my engagement with Shenfei had not been cancelled. When you recognized her as your godbrother, you didn't ask for my opinion as your biological daughter. It has to be this level to be considered excessive. Su Ting's eyes were filled with tears. Lily, what's wrong with Xiaofei and I being in love? You haven't been home for so long, and your uncle and aunt have no one to accompany you, so I help you fulfill your filial piety. Why do you have to target me like this? You are very annoyed that Su Ting cries at every turn, and the head of the listener is about to explode. Being in love can't change the fact that you interfere with others. Also, it's not that I don't go home, it's that the two of them insisted on driving me out, saying that they didn't have a daughter like me. Since ye are so saintly and magnanimous, why didn't you stand up and say such nonsense as forgive me at that time? After that, you were ready to leave with the wing glass in your hand. Su Ting seemed to want to follow you, but he stepped on your skirt and fell flat on his face. Fortunately, you have many years of experience wearing high heels and barely maintain your balance. You didn't fall down, but the wind in the glass spilled out most of its pill on Su Ting. The noise of this fall was not big, but it just attracted the attention of the people around. Shenfei and Song Huainan ended their conversation and walked over. Some whispers sounded around. It's Chen Lily again. This is the nth time she has been at odds with Su Ting. It's terrible. This woman dared to push people to the ground in public and spilled wine. Isn't this really bullying? With such a bad heart, no wonder Shenfei would rather marry Su Ting, a poor and ugly little white flower, than her. Are you okay? Shenfei and Song Hui and Anne spoke almost at the same time, but Shenfei was helping Su Ting, while Song Hui Yinan was concerned about you. Hubby, the skirt is dirty. This one is limited to the world and it's hard to buy it again. Looking at the red wine stains on the skirt, you complained to Song Hui in a distressed lie. It's good that she's okay. This brand of skirts will have new styles soon. I'll buy them then. Comment, it's cold. Can I reach into Mr. Song's wallet to warm myself up? In comparison, our villain couple is much more normal than the male and female protagonists on the other side. The wife only knows how to cry in a baby voice, and the husband looks like a super bear. Hold your head, Brother Song, you are Chen Lily's husband. Su Ting staggered to his feet, looked at you and then at Song Hua and Anne with a look of disbelief. It's coming, the famous scene of hanging horses is coming. Before, Su Ting didn't know the true identity of Song Hua and Anne. He was like a little son and gave a lot of warmth to the male second. He may not be less important to the male second than the female supporting role. The warmth you said above doesn't mean that Su Ting mistakenly recognized Song Hua in Anne as a poor household and bought a cup of hot milk and poured it all over the male second, right? Well, it is indeed very warm in the physical sense. Sometimes I really feel that the heroine is quite cheap. Just look at the luxury goods she wears. She doesn't look like she can't afford to eat. But these men in the book all fall for her tricks. Shen Fei looked puzzled. Ting, do you know Song Huinan? Su Ting nodded, looking more pitiful. I didn't expect that such a good person like Brother Song would be with a girl like me. Really? You coldly helped Su Ting finish the second half of the sentence. Su Ting was still in shock, looking a little bewildered. Brother Song, so you have always known that the person who bullied me was Chen Lily? Song Hua in. I know. Su Ting was even more confused. Then do you think he was right to do this? Su Ting's lips curled up imperceptibly, and a smug light flashed in his eyes, which was fleeting, but you caught it. Shen Fei had been humiliated by you before, and now he also wants to take revenge. Lily, what should I say? Everyone is here today. It's not too late to apologize now. You said firmly, word by word, I am a person with a frank personality. I will admit if I did something bad. Su Ting, you can hate me, punish me, and retaliate against me, but I will never apologize. Barrage? Is the halo of the heroine so powerful? Parents, childhood sweethearts, friends? Is even the second male lead going to turn against us? Is our Lily really going to be alone? The villain couple has worked so hard for so long, but they still can't escape the fate of being hated. No, I admit that I was a little pretentious when I said I liked the imprisonment play before. As a CP fan, I still hope that they can have a good ending, especially the female supporting role. I am really a fan of her. You thought you had been through so much and have trained yourself to be strong and calm enough, but you still can't control your heartbeat. Song Hua in and gently hugged your waist and patted you tenderly. Lily did do some wrong things. She is not a morally perfect person. She has a princess temperament, is arrogant, and does whatever she wants. But so what? I love her. What I just said is Chan Lily in your eyes. In my eyes, she is the best person in the world. I am too high for her. This is the first time you heard the 3 words, I love you, from Song Huinan. After he said this, there was an uproar. Su Ting's face was very ugly. Brother Song, you, how can you not distinguish right from wrong? Since you want to distinguish so clearly, why don't you answer the questions that Lily asked you before? Why did you interfere when Shanfei was still engaged? Why did you try every means to destroy Lily's relationship with her parents and friends and replace them yourself? Don't you know that these things are wrong, but you still did it? If Lily is really vicious, she should spread all these things instead of fighting with you over trivial matters. Before Su Ting judges others, it is better to see if he is really a pure and flawless piece of white paper. Before asking others to apologize, see if he has a clear conscience. Su Ting was speechless after being rebuked. After a long time, he replied with a guilty conscience, the one who is not loved is the mistress. Chen Lily just lost the engagement and the inheritance of the Chen family's property, but I almost lost love. The barrage and the onlookers laughed together. Even Shenfei and his parents couldn't agree with Su Ting's specious views, and they couldn't open their mouths to defend themselves. By the way, Lily just said that you can retaliate against her, but I suggest that it is better not to. Of course, those who are not afraid of death can try it. I wish you all a good dinner today. Sorry, Lily's skirt is dirty. We have to leave first. Song Hua in raised his glass slightly to signal. His action was polite and gentlemanly, but his eyes were cold as ice. A circle of muscular men standing upright outside the banquet nodded at the same time, full of oppression. For the first time, you felt the image of Song Huinan, a living devil who is involved in both black and white. You used to think it was a joke. If you had discovered this side of him when you arranged a marriage 3 years ago, you might have been scared on the spot. After all, there was no need to sacrifice your life to anger Shen Fei, a scumbag. Are those people bodyguards? You asked in a low voice. Yeah. Song Hui, and I'll lead you out of the venue. Why haven't I seen them before? I don't often bring them. Then why did you bring them this time? Song Hui replied calmly to support you. If Su Ting or someone else attacks me, will they take action? Yes. But they just slapped me, and your bodyguards would probably take half of his life with one punch. Isn't it a bit unfair to compare one slap and half of his life? Song Hui rubbed your head. It's different. You can't compare it like this. The slap on your face is more than their 10 lives. Barrage, evil couple, you really deserve the word evil. My second male lead, you have been too gentle in front of the female supporting role recently. I almost forgot that you are a dark and crawling pervert. Just this slap in the face, the husband and wife. It's so cool. It's so cool that my scalp is numb. I can't wait to show off 5 spicy rabbit heads immediately. Oh my God, guess what I just found out? In the latest, updated version of this book, the evil couple became the male and female protagonists. Sure enough, the author also found that this pair of popularity is very high. Although I didn't see the imprisonment play, I saw that you two played with chains and small toys a lot. Shen, Lillian, Song, Hui, and Anne, the 2 poor little ones, should be happy. This is the last barrage you saw. Although you know they can't see it, you still silently replied, "Thank you, I will be happy." Song, Hui, and Anne, let's play a quick question and answer game, okay? The winter night wind is very cold. You can't help but want to have some fun while soaking in the hot spring in the villa with Song Huinan. Okay, as Song Huinan helped you rub your ankles that were tired from wearing high heels all day with a faint smile. I am your white moonlight? Yeah. When did you fall in love with me? 13 years old, maybe earlier. At that time, I revealed my succubus body like my mother and was discovered by my family. They fed me medicine, electric shocks, and all kinds of strange clothes to cover it up. In school, only you are willing to contact me. You are a little surprised, and you remember, you are the little boy in the next class 10. You never speak, and I thought you were a mute who loves cosplay. As a member of the discipline committee, I must take good care of you. However, since you like it, why don't you pursue it? There are many excellent people around you. I don't want to delay you. Your next question. When was the last time you lid? Just now, Song Huinan followed your ankle and caressed your skin obsessively from bottom to top, not letting go of every inch. The real answer to that question is, I want you to belong to me only, and only me in your eyes. Your joys, sorrows, loves, hates, and hatreds all belong to me. Oh, you put your legs on the man's shoulders, then why didn't you do it? I can't bear it. What was the reason for wanting to do this last time? You filed for divorce. I leave you and choose one between you and dying. Song Huinan said without hesitation, die. The man's voice was slightly hoarse, and his tail gently slapped the water. Don't worry, the last question. Do you think I like you? You smiled brightly at Song Huinan through the faint mist. Lily, it's good enough that you are by my side. You raised your eyebrows and interrupted the man's words. Song Huinan, idiot, I love you. Although I can't tell the specific time and opportunity of this feeling like you, I am sure that I love you. Well, the rest of the words broke in his throat, and the waves rippled in circles. You seemed to hear Song Huinan cry. He didn't know that you also lied a little. You were abandoned by your parents when you were young and thrown into the home of your elderly grandparents. There was not even a peer around you who you could talk to. The great material satisfaction corresponds to the absolute spiritual poverty. You are extremely lacking in love at the age when you need care the most. Therefore, you long for someone to witness all your shortcomings and still love you until death, against genetic instinct, put you in a position more important than his life, never betray, and always passionate. Song Huinan is the only one who can do it, so you are destined to fall in love with him.